and pushing. He's not your favorite right clicker. His ulti is kind of like hit or miss. He's just sort of like, he's good. I'm never excited about a Jug.
Yeah, it's not a strategy defining pick.
It's just like one of those things that you can slot in and you're happy about. You're like, okay, I've got a Jug. If somebody picks it in my pub game, I'm never mad.
Sure.
There are very few situations where I'm unhappy about having Jug on.
Meanwhile, Ninjas and Pijamas, I mean, they very early set the tone of this game, which was with their Tidehunter into Troll, they said, hey, we have better late game than you. You can't actually stop that anymore in the draft. Like, the moment you picked up the Broodmother and we dropped this Tide Troll on you, we have better late game. You're going to have to end the game fast on us. And...
spot. I kind of blame us for that one. Yeah. The interview that let's not talk about that. Hey, CCNC is about to get top 4 potentially. It all worked out. As they're gonna fight over this roof.
Gonna roll over him. 33 is gonna be saved. Find a disruption that will buy him some time. A lot of that spin damage being negated. 33 though will still fall. And -2. It has begun. Stinger.
Minnesota.
Stinger will begin.
Their 2 cores, because I do think this is a team that relies on their 2 cores to kind of win them the game. They really like Chris Luck and Hector. They're like, you guys are our all-star players. Let's keep it going. And as
sure enough, 33 is definitely in trouble here.
So
He's gonna die. He tried to juke through some trees, but now it's -4 intelligence for the Tidehunter. A hero that certainly 13 and 3 on Fada.
Fada, I actually feel pretty bad for Fada, because I think he gets a lot of hate, and he always has. Just whenever Fada does poorly, it's like,
yeah.
You know, there are some circumstances that you have to consider, like, as to why someone will always have a bad lane. As bottom lane, 33.
And that's 33. 33 is having a rough one right now, as he may be dying.
He's dead.
For the 3rd time, Hector is going to take a little bit longer to run him down.
Hey, Hector's got boots.
33 is going to have to perform some sort of miracle juke to get out of that.
Will not lose any more int, but
we'll lose a creep wave.
He's had
5 stacks of the Shadow Poison on Schofield. He will manage to refill his bottle.
He wants to come back in right now, Cap.
He's really trying to with the Avalanche, and now they're going to pop the Edict. The Split Earth lands, and this time it'll be Edict. Peter. He's under assault and will fall.
This laning phase has gone way too well for him. And remember that this was a 3rd pick Brood, and it was kind of addressed in my mind, but I still think this is a very good Brood game.
Yeah. Zoxa, he's going to be chased down. Nobody's having a good game at this point.
Oh no, he didn't actually lose int, but it doesn't really matter for a 5-position silencer. It's more, it's like the int that you gain is sort of
going to have to save with this Ember Spirit.
Yes, he actually has to carry this one, because right now the way that the laning phase is looking, again, every time 33 steps up, Juggernaut is so good against Tidehunter. You can spin on top of him, he doesn't care if you're cracking it off. His ulti is always going to be an effective kill threat. He's going to pop you like the watermelon that you are.
Tower won't last.
And it's not even like this top lane is compensating by going so well. They've pressed. His Juggernaut doesn't need to move into this triangle area. Nobody needs to come into mid lane because they're so far behind. He can get both the best of all worlds, really.
Schofield shows himself with the illusion, does try and get behind. He's going to toss his own illusion up in the air to try and see the first this rotation coming out with the global being used. Sadly, that is a losing fight for Infamous. His Fada is still able to teleport in and help defend. Still taken, and you know that mid lane's going to go down. He can just backdoor it.
Yeah, and Hector, he has unbelievable.
And they're still contesting the Troll. It's not even like Troll got space out of that.
Yes. They're going to come back in. PPD likely to go down here.
Yeah, P is definitely dead as he's going to be hit by the Split Earth. The toss over onto Ace. A beautiful play by Schofield. Ace actually bombs that battle trance and will be able to kill the Leshrac. He might survive so much heal, actually, that Stinger's not going to be able to do anything about him. And since Schofield ran out of damage there as well.
Nice. I'm not sure what the expectation was, because he had his ult the entire time. Hector in this bottom lane just continues to push it further, is going to TP out, reset himself to the base. Does quite a lot of...
Which is his willingness to go combat at all times.
Oh, we see PPD right now. He's going to get slowed up. as soon as the silence pops. And look at how unafraid Hector is. He knows that his hero is the strongest in the game at this point.
Side does have Ravage. He can pop it out of vision, but there's nothing really to follow it up, at least not yet. Now Bada is going to go into the back line almost immediately, but his flame guard's going to be taken away from that Yule Step. You have the global damage, but they do manage to have the 3-man Ravage. Can they finish up Whisper for the global? It's good enough. The spin onto 33 will be able to trade out the offlaners here. The toss over onto Bada, right next to Hector, and he's silenced up as well. He can't get away from this one. A triple kill, godlike spree for Hector. Go ahead, give him the beyond godlike. 15 minutes in, they don't. Schofield takes it away, but still, 3 dead. They only killed the Leshrac. Schofield limped out of that one, lucky to be alive. Tier 2 to fall as well.
This jug
is going in.
Let's not even talk about this brood, because this jug is so farmed. Not having a Midas, keeping up and farm to this brood mother. I mean, it's already an 11k gold lead at 15 minutes, and I mean, this is what we fear when we watch NIP games, just the slow march of entropy where they just lose.
Yes. At some point, it feels like they get into a losing game where they just constantly assault the base, and Ninjas of Pijamas have to 5-man. The sad part about their lineup is that they have to commit to one side or the other.
The fact that nobody's defending bottom should make this very, very apparent.
Dude, Chris Lucky is running as far away as his webs can let him.
And Infamouse is just, they're the ones that, it feels like they're the ones making the better moves. Hector
spins out, finishes out the melee barracks, TP's away, Whisper, maybe the sacrificial lamb here. Schofield instead actually gets the avalanche, and they may all escape. Whisper has a long distance to run, but they guessed wrong. He thought they went into the trees earlier to go for the TP out. Now Whisper goes there. And just like that, almost 18,000 net worth lead. 1 later Brett racks up at 20 minutes.
20 minutes! That was such an odd maneuver because Chris Luck read that perfectly. He's like, if they're not defending bottom racks, they're not showing mid, they can literally only be ganking me. He runs all the way back. He makes sure that it's not some sort of weird trade where, you know, they gain gold because they kill him. He's level 20.
He also had like the spiderlings hitting the shrine while he was, you know, kind of in
nothing was happening on the map.
So the moment the smoke would pop, like his spiders would see it.
It's 18,000 gold lead now. Almost a K a minute. Just for anybody that is new to the game, that is usually the metric in which you know things are going out of hand. 1,000 gold a minute. That graph is not dipped for the net worth. It is just steadily climbed. That is 1,000 a minute, folks.
Yeah. And Infamous. Well, in some ways, this game may become a little simpler for Ninjas of Pijamas as they start losing more and more barracks. They won't get split push as heavily.
And Chris Luck continues to not participate in these fights. He is all in committed to the split push because he knows that it's so difficult for NIT to deal with this Juggernaut alone. As Chris Luck's going to come in with the spiders.
They're going to get popped real quickly by the Anchor Smash. Ace is not here at all, by the way. He's just cutting the bottom lane. They're going to go for the Omni Slash. Yule Scepter out. The Global Silence on top. The Amber Spirit is just plain dead. He may have to fight back here just to be able to hold his. Chris Luck is going to be able to commit his BKB, addressing the Tidehunter. Wants to be able to force out the Ravage or kill him. Either way, it's happiness for Chris Luck as the rest of his team just gonna focus on the buildings. Siglet is going to stall them, and looks like the Broodmother's going to back up, but Schofield does manage to jump in, finish off the Tidehunter. That's the second buyback for the Ninjas. As Nip, they're going to lose their range bears.
Ace goes down too.
Their topping lane. Ace is dead. He's going to have to buy back as well. They're losing the buildings and they're losing their heroes, and the buybacks just don't seem to amount to anything. There's no Ravage opportunity for 33.
And this is the problem with being this far behind on Tidehunter, is that's really all he is, but you're not really given the same opportunities because you're not tanky enough to just run in and get a good Ravage. You don't buy your team enough time.
It's that terrible feeling that he knows if he Ravages and they only kill one hero,
the game's done. They'll
game's
just
over.
go. If anything, you can just buy back and run down mid again.
Yeah.
You still have all but one of your tier 1s, including that always crucial mid tower. Just opens up so much space on the map for you.
Schofield revealed has Force Staff, Blink Dagger. Our Juggernaut with the Aegis has Manta, Mjolnir, and is going to be working towards Lincoln's because he figures why not. Whisper. He will kills. Mech, Greaves into BKB. Chris Luck, man, this is the piggy bank that Ninjas the Pijamas were hoping to be able to crack open, take some of his net worth for their own, but sadly, it has not been the case. He is yet to die and is pretty much 6-slotted. As he can complete the Solar Crest here, is just going to go for the high ground, force Ninjas the Pijamas back again. He's going to be able to take the range barracks, and looks like the melee barracks almost falls before anybody shows up. They wait for the stop, goes back in, finishes that. Hector spinning on the melee barracks, commits for that one, and Ninjas the Pijamas, nowhere to be seen, nowhere to be found. They just accepted Megas.
I mean, what else? What play is there to make, realistically speaking?
Well, the last play is apparently diving the fountain. That's what Chris Luck is up to.
This is just shocking, like how one-sided this game was from the get-go. And this is very similar to the game in which they lost to Vici. Where it just felt like nothing happened.
Yep.
This is like the exact same deal. The scores are even similar. I think they ended up with 7 kills in the Vici game.